like go live at about 12:58 and just show them the sponsors. Are we live?
With the music in the background?
Can everybody see the weatherman dancing?
Oh, I do. Is that what does? Number. Can't do that to AC/DC.
Why not?
Hey!
You got the weatherman. This is how weatherman gets ready for the pregame.
I get pumped
This is
up.
how the
Pregame.
pregame.
Pregame. Bye, Bobby. Bye, Bobby.
I like it. I like. Well, that's how weatherman gets ready. This is how I get ready. Oh man. It's almost 1 o'clock, kids. We'll be with you in just a minute.
If you taste something bad, you want someone else to try it. It's what you do. If you want to save 50% or more on
Blair.
your insurance,
Yo.
you gotta go. It's what you do.
We can't do this show without you, buddy.
That's why I'm here.
Who here likes?
There's Blair Wilson.
Blair Wilson?
Blair Wilson.
Close enough, I'll take Wilson.
Mr. Murphy's friend.
These mics don't work good.
Testing. Blair, you're on, buddy.
I'm on.
Weatherman.
He was a fast machine.
Hey,
But old
my
moose
kind of music.
You know what I call it? That's that white folk dance right there.
That's the white
That
guy.
moose. It's that moose.
You know, a lot of people do not know I'm part black.
I know that.
You know I'm part black.
Brittany Brandon. Hello.
Can you see who's joined us?
I have.
All right.
Katrina Doo-Wop. Listen to my favorite peeps. Or if it's
my
me or
song
you,
right here.
Kathleen, it must be you and Tommy. Katrina, what about your third peep? One of them's left out. I'm picking Kathleen.
We got Lisa, Brittany, Joey Holt.
Katrina's out two of my favorite peeps. There's three of
My
them here.
peeps.
I'm one of them. Tommy's one.
All right, kids, we're about to get started. And I'm always trying to situate.
What up,
things.
Big Nate? I come there at the best shop in Murfreesboro, Nate's Barber Shop.
Yo, boy.
My boy.
Everybody that's
My
liked,
friend.
everybody that shares, we appreciate it because I've got to go. I want to reach how many people with me?
130,000 people and it's
David
growing
Estes,
daily.
David Estes, I saw he made a post where there's now like 127,000 people in Murfreesboro. So hey, let's round it up. We got 130,000 people. I need your help. I can't do it without you. Please share this. Please like it. Get this out there. Can we reach? Blah,
And for a few short,
130,000 people, Blair.
if we're short,
We can do
we'll
it.
get our boy Blair to go to Smithfield and
Blair,
grab
get up
us
there
about
to the
2,000.
Cobb County. Okay, guys, it's 1 o'clock. Every Wednesday, me and AKA the Weatherman, my sidekick, we come to you no matter where we're at. And we do Real Estate 101. The purpose of our show is to educate as many people about real estate in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. I do have some friends on here. They're in other parts of the country that are watching this. I think right now we got about 1,000 people
Hang
on
on.
here. Weatherman.
Brittany Renee, Nate is always good. He's top notch. Matter of fact, every now and then when I go to sleep, I'm thinking about a haircut he's going to give me the next day.
Did Brittany Renee make a comment? Hey, wait, man, help us out with these comments. So everybody out there, please comment in. Please like. Please share this. What do you think about my shirt today, man?
I like it.
The 80s call.
Hey, hey, Back to the Future style. I like it. Michael J. Fox come right out of his closet, bought it at auction.
Before we get started, can you please give a shout out to our sponsors? And
What?
please note my guy, Scott Abernathy, down there.
Scott Abernathy just wants everybody to know who he is, so he want us to put a picture up of him. But Scott Abernathy is a very smart individual, knows the market very well, one of the best property managers in the state of Tennessee. So guys, if you have some properties and you're tired of dealing with tenants and landlords, give Scott a call. He's very, very smart in this field, and he's a top-notch guy. Belinda Erringer, who we like to call the Wolf. She is definitely one of the most aggressive, but the best on top of it mortgage lenders in this town. That's why she continues to be at the top. She always answers the phone. She always does what she says she's going to do, and her loans always close. So Belinda Ayers,
Close on time.
On time. You know what that means for us real estate agents?
Time.
Chick, 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 chang, chang. And she is over that Iberia Mortgage. And we're a little bit biased because this is our breakfast buddy. We got a breakfast club. And this is a guy that we've met and think a lot of. He's one of the best insurance agents around with one of the most known companies, Farm Bureau, Roy Frazier. And guys, he is a top-notch guy. So if you're looking to change your insurance, he's been doing all of our insurance. He's been doing all of our families and friends. And he's been just doing amazing things to make some great price reductions in your insurance. So give him a call for all your insurance needs, including life. So those are our three sponsors, and we can't forget the guy that pays the bills around here, the weatherman. But other than that, it'd be John C. Jones, who gives us the opportunity to do this on a weekly basis. He gives us a lot of support, but most of all, he's just a down-home, genuine guy and a class act. And John, we thank you very much.
We can't do it without John
Can't do it
Jones.
without
Can't do it without the weatherman. Today we got a guest in the audience with us, one of our own, Blair Braswell. Thank you, Blair, for joining us, buddy.
Honored to be here.
We've got some other people back there in the background. I can't see all y'all, but everybody back there, we appreciate you.
Tony
Even
Woodall, thank you.
you. Tony Woodall, thank
Doug
you for tuning
DeMumba,
in.
thank you. Dougie
Dougie
Carrie
Price.
Latham, one of the best agents. She's a great one for this topic.
She would be great to come in here.
We'd love to have you, Carrie.
We're
Hey,
using
love-
our red signs.
We need you
This
to
is
put
your sign, Carrie Latham.
we need you to put a PO in to Joe Hafner, Dan Elam, see if you can't come over here and be in our show.
All right, guys, today what we're talking about is if you're buying a home. And I've got the best, one of the best in the business at representing buyers beside me in AKA the Weatherman. The Weatherman. So
Weatherman.
let's go ahead, and I want to set the scenario that we're in.
Is that French?
That is French, maybe it's Indian. So let's assume we're buying a $250,000 house. Because in our market, if you get into the 400,000s, this strategy may not be the same. And I've got a guy in here by the name of Blair, a big UT fan. I don't know if y'all know this, but Blair's got a lot of UT inside scoop. If you're looking for some inside scoop of UT football, this guy has got tons of stories.
He was also voted best looking in his high school class, most likely to succeed, and most witty.
All three?
All three.
How'd you win all them awards, dude?
He left several of them out.
I did. I didn't know the big one.
Damn.
When you come from a place where the men are men and the sheep are nervous, they
Oh. There's that witty.
Hey, funny man, bleep that out, Kathleen, if you don't mind. So here's what we're going to talk about. You're buying a home. Most people that are buying a home, you don't do it right. You don't listen to agents. You do it all on your own. You call around, and you never really develop an advocate or relationship that's going to help you get through the process. So if you're not going to do that, I want you to listen to this right here, okay? I'm going to give you 5 of my beliefs, and I'm going to let these other people chime in. Blair, this first one I'm going to talk about, I want you to kind of give me what happened to you a few weeks ago. I believe whenever you've decided on the house you're going to buy, you need to go ahead and make them an offer. Make it your highest and best right then. How do you feel about that? Tell us your story, Blair, that happened.
Which one you want?
The one where you had somebody coming and they lost out to sight unseen buyer. Well,
Yeah.
this was a much higher price point, but it was still very uncommon.
Yeah. That's the first time that I've ever dealt with somebody on that high of a price point. So
Yeah.
I really didn't know what to expect.
Right.
And
What was it listed at? $599?
$599.
Okay. What did they offer?
We wound up coming in at $599.
Oh, what was your first offer?
$575.
Now that's what we're talking about. Whenever you make these lower offers, hey, you texting somebody?
Nope.
Do they not know you're on a show? Whenever you make these lower offers, what this does, it gives the listing agent time to start telling his other people that are interested in that property.
And he uses that offer.
Against me.
As leverage.
Yep.
He used that as leverage. So Blair made an offer of $575 on a $600,000 house in Dixon County.
With this, but was a great offer in Dixon County, and most normal times that would have been a good offer. Would you agree with that? Or
That's right. But hey, they ended up going to $599. Or did they go to $600?
Wound up going to 600.
They wound up going. Now, what would have happened, Blair, if they would have got? They would have offered $600,000 just like that.
Can't really tell.
Well, you can't. You're right. But number two that I'm going to talk about. This is going to play a part in this. I believe. I believe you got to make your offers very, very. You got to make your best offer. What are you telling people, Weatherman? And again, you were in extreme circumstance at that price point, which is very rare that there's a multiple offer in that price point. But Weatherman, what are you telling your people?
most time, but if you get double dipped, and what double dip means, if the selling agent has a buyer as well, you're almost dead in the water. All you are, as Tommy says, leverage. It doesn't happen very often, but if you fall in that situation, all rules go out the door. But
So what he means by double dip, did you explain where the listing agent has a buyer as well? And it's kind of unfair, but it's just kind of what we're in.
what
right now.
happens? It's what
So
happens.
what are you telling your people right now, Weatherman?
Well, we got one right now we're trying to do some discussion with. They're not a high dollar buyer. One came on the market. There's several people that want the property. And my suggestion to them was make your best offer, make your highest offer, don't ask for anything. And in our market, if you're under 150, the chance of getting anything fixed or not, if you don't do real estate like chess in an aggressive market, you got to realize somebody out there is going to ask for no inspection, no appraisal, no closing costs. So if you don't have those things in your mind to at least talk to your client about, you're not doing anything beneficial to them.
So a seller, what they're thinking, hey, you may make me this offer, but if it's not what I'm expecting, I feel confident that I can get another offer.
Right.
So here's another problem I'm seeing agents make, and some agents are not going to like this, especially the listing agents. I believe you make your highest offer, but hey, I believe if you're the
Ronnie
buyer,
Martin, Adam Wright, Terry Crantack.
hey, some of my best friends are on here. I believe as the buying agent, I won't put pressure on that listing agent. I'm going to offer you full price, but I want an answer within 6 hours.
Woo!
How do you feel about that? Now I know they're always going to come up with some BS. Oh, my client is in water aerobics, and then they're doing this or whatever BS they come up with. Really, if they had to get an answer, they could go get it. What they're doing is they're stalling you. Make the offer so good they don't want to stall you.
If that offer is great, the 6 hour time frame works. If your offer is not but mediocre, I do not recommend doing that because they may not even answer you. But if you do come in at full price or a little bit over, no closing costs, no appraisal contingency, got a great local lender, you can definitely do that.
Now let me ask you this, Weatherman, or Blair, either one of you speak up and say something. A lot of agents, when they're representing buyers, they're very scared to tell them exactly what it's going to take to get a house. They probably massage things a little too much. And what ends up happening is the buyer ends up not getting the house they want.
And then they end up getting another agent.
We got a bad internet connection, it looks like, Kathleen. Or we got, hey, you know what? I think we got too many people.
So what
watching right now.
happens is if anytime that you're in the real estate market, you have to be professional. You have to have the critical conversations and tough conversations because you're not doing yourself any favors or your client any favors if you sugarcoat this or try to make them feel like that they're going to be, everything's like a fairy tale. The best thing to do, and I'm telling my buyers right now, you have about a 20% chance of getting this offer because there's probably a cash offer floating around or a conventional offer floating around. You know, so you got to be aggressive.
So what buyers have got to understand is they're not only competing against that seller and that list price, you could be, sometimes properties have up to 10 offers on them.
Yes.
10 offers.
Maybe even 20.
I mean, you just never know. Number 3, the weatherman has kind of touched on this a little bit, but make your offer as clean as possible. That means don't throw a lot of closing costs in there. If you need closing costs, get with your lender. A lot of lenders can help you out with your closing costs to make your offer more competitive. Some agents I'm seeing, they're telling their client, forego the home inspection, come back to get you, but they need to be very well aware of what you're asking them to do.
Right.
But
let me ask you this: when most agents, and I'm not talking for all agents, we got a lot of great agents. Rutherford County has probably some of the best agents in the country. But a lot of times, real estate agents get in this thing that they want to be like they're really helping the buyer out. They make themselves look like they're this, like almost like this lawyer for them, that they're going in and really representing them and strong arming. And so a lot of times you're not really doing anybody any favors with that mentality, instead of just pretty much just being real, sitting down, telling the truth, telling the situation, and going. I'll give you an example. You may have an agent that talks for the client before the client ever talked. And then all of a sudden he says, well, I think I can get you the refrigerator. I think I can get you the washer and dryer. I think I can get $7,000 in closing costs. And I'm going to ask for that dog pen out back. Well, guess what? They may never even wanted the dog pen or the washer and dryer or any of that stuff. They just wanted the house. But what happens is you start ramping up these clients, and then it gets in their head, but guess what they're going to want to? Have you seen that happen?
yeah.
Is that velour?
Well, what that's
nice.
it's fancy though. I know that. So hey, I need a patch on there. Ain't that right, Adam? Run. I need a patch. Hey, shout out to the best commercial banker anywhere, Ronnie Martin. He said Fed holds rates steady, just announced. So
Hot dog.
hey, that's good news for us. Maybe, I don't know, but like Weatherman just said, a lot of times whenever you put all this stuff in there, what you're doing is you're allowing that listing agent to use you as leverage and go out there and talk to the people that are close to making a decision, and then the next thing you know, you're in a multiple offers scenario. So the longer this plays out, the more that listing agent showings are continuing. You know, you can make an offer today at 130, and somebody's looking at that house at 130, and they call and say, we're bringing in an offer right now. So make these offers high.
I can tell you this before we go to the next one. I've had a couple under $170,000 sellers, and I've had a great offer come in to me. Just strong, out of the box. And what happens is my mind got fixed on that offer, so I almost just counted out everything else. Because they impressed me with their offer, they impressed me with their business sense of it, and they knew what it was going to take. So my mind was already hooked. I liked the agent, I liked the lender, I loved the offer. I was almost done at that offer, and that's why it is important to have a great offer like that.
Mm-hmm. Doug DeMontbrim, hey, if you're looking for a motorcycle,
Vroom.
ATV slingshot, go see our guy Doug DeMontbrim down there at Sloan Cycle. He's a lot like me and the Weatherman. He's just a fun-loving guy. But he says a great seller's agent knows what the seller will take and not accept. But hold on, Doug. Here's where,
breaks, Doug,
and not accept, know your customer, build that relationship early on. Well, a seller's agent and a buyer's agent are kind of competing against each other.
Right.
So here's where seller's agents get in trouble, I feel like, Doug, is they get greedy. Then they get their customer greedy. Everything the seller's agent is thinking will radiate out to that seller. So if the seller's agent, listing agent, is trying to be a hero and trying to get greedy and get the seller more money, sometimes that backfires. So we see agents a lot of times complicate the deals on the listing side where they push the envelope too far.
I agree. A great selling agent knows the home values of a house, knows what the past appraisals have been in the neighborhood. Already within about $5,000 can tell you what the price of the house is. A bad seller's agent, folks, is somebody that says, hey, we'll raise it up $10,000 because in this market we may get it. Well, guess what else you may get? No appraisal. you know, people fighting over it and they want more stuff because they're paying more. And if you got a great buyer's agent, they're doing the same research as the selling agent. So it's kind of one of those things. So don't be that guy.
Dan Elam says he's always looking at highest probability to close
Yes.
without a problem. So just because you're offering the most money does not mean they're going to get it and have no. Sometimes what we see happen is buyer's remorse. You know, the longer things go, the less likely the conclusion is to happen in the manner we're looking. That's kind of wordy. I apologize, Blair. But what I'm saying right there is when you buy a house, when you write a contract, a lot of times we're not closing for 30 to 45 days. Anything can come up to where the buyer starts thinking, maybe I made a bad decision.
Hey, your girl is talking about don't ask else for anything, and the next thing I see about the commission, or you could just forfeit your commission on the front end.
Hey, what is she talking about? I think Brittany Renee is up there in that Nashville market. She's been very aggressive about going up there and getting listings, and
I think she's up there at Applebee's done had her one or two. Kind of strong right
Brittany
there.
Renee, you know,
Applebee's.
no, but what she's done is she's gone to Nashville and she's acquired a listing and shopped it to a builder to where now she's getting 2 listings.
Okay.
But sometimes she may not be able to get that commission because they're just the investor may not be willing to pay that. It'd be like you going out and getting lots for Kyle, where you
They
may
don't
not
get paid on the lots, they get paid on the house.
That's
Okay,
exactly right.
Well, Brittany, I applaud you for going out in different areas and making things happen.
She's making them happen. All right, number 4.
Number 4, Greg Wright is in the house.
Greg Wright, that's Big A's older brother. Hey, a legend.
Who whipped who growing up?
Well, it depends on who you ask,
I'm
probably.
gonna ask you. You know him very well.
You know, Adam was always a lot bigger, but Greg always had the experience.
Okay.
I think early on, Greg could handle him, you know, but now I'd say Adam, because a lot of people don't know this, but Adam's a boxer.
Is he?
Yeah.
Because that's because Melissa kicked his butt so many times they got tired of it.
Number 4, you're getting us off topic. Number 4 is bring your proof.
Proof.
That
What?
means your pre-approval letter.
Ooh.
Have that thing ready.
From
Don't-
who?
Well, I'm going to say a local authority. Hey, we got hints right down here that
Oh,
show
it's
you.
over here.
It's somewhere right down there. You need to have a local lender pre-approval letter always, and you always. I should add, and I need to add another one. But go ahead. I want you to talk about bringing your proof.
Okay, proof of the strong local lenders have so much clout in our local market, especially if you have local agents. Now, we are very partial to Belinda Herringer, but man, there are 5 or 6 right off the top of my head that are great lenders that have a lot of good reputation. I'm gonna give a shout out to Dan Elam and Isabel over there. They're great. Brandon's great. McQuarrie's great. The list goes on and on. So we're very partial because Belinda takes great care of us and she'll take great care of you. But it means so much when you have that letter tapped to your contract. You go from the bottom of the list to at least the top 3 just from a letter. Not even looking at the offer, just a letter.
Blair, you shared this twice, buddy. I appreciate that.
Heck yeah, he's on
Man,
paper.
hey, man, we need it. Hey, we need more shares out there. If you share this, we're going to highlight you, whatever it is you do. Greg Wright will highlight you, buddy.
Oh,
Hey,
Mama's
we can
on
talk
there.
about him. He's over there in Franklin. If you're looking to buy a house over there in the Williamson County area, Greg Wright is one of the, he's an up-and-coming star over there. He's a monster producer. He works for Franklin Community, or what is the Franklin?
Community Mortgage.
No, it's I forgot what it is. I'm drawing a
Franklin
blank.
Synergy.
No, it's Franklin. They sponsor the
Franklin American.
Franklin American.
Why don't we just ask Blair in the first place?
Because he got all his superlatives in high school.
Yeah.
But number 5, and I did just add number 6. It might be a little offensive to somebody.
Nah.
Hey, Mama. I think my mama's coming in here. Number 5.
Mike Smallwood.
If you're looking to buy a house, I am convinced you need to go out and seek counsel. You need to hire a buyer's agent. They don't even cost you anything.
Free.
Make a commitment to your agent, because I guarantee you, Agents are they're gonna negotiate for you much different if they know, if we don't get this house, you're sticking with me. There's
Yes.
something about the effort you're gonna get. Do you agree with that, Blair?
Absolutely.
So a lot of times, I don't know why you don't do this. Most agents won't make you sign something, but you should, because it's gonna hold them accountable.
Absolutely.
How often do you ask somebody to sign something?
Most of the time here now, what I have been doing, because our market is so aggressive, I have been doing the buyer's rep. My wonderful ladies in our office have been helping me with that, because I'm a relationship guy, so I automatically just take, hey, I'll take your word. But like you just said, what it does, it makes me accountable as well, because now I'm on paper saying I'm representing you to the fullest. So now I automatically have a fiduciary
responsibility. You know what? My girlfriend
responsibility.
just now shared this. We've been going
For that long?
24 minutes. She just now shared this.
So it does
Keep
make
going
you
with it,
more.
man.
It does make
If
you
I
more
Smallwood, I
accountable.
do need to call you. I apologize. I'm sorry.
It does. You anybody else? It does make you more accountable, and I tell you what it does do. It raises an agent's confidence. It raises something about them that they almost get more aggressive in looking for you, because it's like you're locked into this war. And I don't mean to call it war as a bad thing, but you're a team in this.
We're
in this,
committed
You're
together.
a team.
Can't do it without us.
Exactly right. You're a team in this.
Wait a minute, that's a great. Blair, is there anything you'd like to add to that? You've been in sales a long time. How do you think it makes the agent feel if they know, hey, Blair, no matter what, you're my guy? How are you going to negotiate for me?
That totally changes the ballgame.
It does.
Why do buyers not want to do that? Why do they not want to go ahead and make the commitment? Josh, why do buyers not want to commit to an agent? We got a 14-year-old in the audience, guys. I thought maybe he could handle that question.
We don't explain that commitment well enough on our end.
Is that what the
I think
problem is? So how would you explain it, Weatherman?
This is how I always explain it. This is just a piece of paper saying I'm working hard for you, you're committed to me, and any time in any kind of business venture or relationship, if I'm not doing exactly what you want, I want you to tell me, and you have full authority to go somewhere else. Because at the end of the day, if you don't want to work for me, with me, more than likely I don't want to work with you. And that's not a bad thing. Everybody is not compatible. So I let people know up front that you're not locked in, you're not going to get sued. This just gives us some assurance that we are in this together, and at any time you're not happy with me, just let me know, and we'll shake hands and go eat lunch and go our separate ways.
You're going to get better representation if you've got something in place agreed upon with the buyer's agent saying, hey, you represent me, that big word, the F word. He used the F word, fiduciary. Whatever that word is. Whatever that fiduciary, however you say it, I'm tongue-tied right now, I can't speak. But what that does is that kind of puts them on the hook.
Yeah.
They represent you. They've got to look out for your best interest. Too many agents won't ask people to do it. Too many agents, they're going to negotiate in their own best interest if they do not think they've got your best, if they don't have your commitment. How can you write that, Kathleen?
Why do agents not do as you think? What would be your opinion? Is it lazy? Is it just automatically we think they're not going to leave us? Is it just they're scared to ask?
I think they got a fear if they put that pressure on their client. The client may not like that, and they may walk away. But it all goes back to how you feel on the inside. Radiates to the outside. 98% of our communication is not spoken. It's how we look. It's how we deliver things. Does that make sense, Blair?
Yep.
Hey, I know something.
Scott Abernathy liked our video. Scott, do you like your picture?
I know something. You feeling good because you were radiating something awful nice today.
You like
I
this
like
shirt?
it, man. I wish I could wear it.
Do you know who picked this shirt out for me?
Brittany.
Brent Long. Brent Long.
Did
Hey,
he?
Scott Abernathy shared this. I guess he saw. Hey,
Belinda Aranda.
She's okay. Number 6. This came to me while I was sitting here, and a lot of times this is coming from the buyer's agent. And since I list a lot more stuff than dealing with buyers, I'm going to be honest with you. This definitely affects my. What is the word I'm looking for, Kathleen? It affects the way I'm thinking. It kind of.
Yeah. Bonsoir.
That's right. My bonsoir gets affected because if I've got an agent that's high maintenance, they want to know about the property line.
What light bulb?
They want to know about whatever. They want to know what day the house was framed on.
How much
They wanna
PSI was in the brat nailer for
They
the
want to
trim?
know all these crazy things, and I'm sitting here thinking, you dumbass, I've got 6
That was,
offers right now that ain't asking me this. Do you really want to know what kind of fertilizer was put in that grass 2 years ago? These things don't matter right now, especially in $250,000. So don't be offended by that. If you want a house, do not overthink things. Don't put so much effort on the listing agent to where they're not going to want to help you. Convince them I'm your person. You can protect yourself with home inspections.
Yes.
What do you think about what I'm saying, Weatherman?
I like it. Don't worry about the little things.
Don't major in the minors, is what we like to say.
That comes from your mentor, one of your coaches, your good buddies there, right? That's a pretty strong statement. Hey, and we want to thank John Jones for saying that.
Who do we give credit to?
Michael Burt, Coach Burt, that's a pretty strong.
Yes, I
He did, Kerry
sometimes
Latham, he did.
Belinda never heard of high maintenance. Hey, if you guys have, if you're buying a house, I'm gonna tell you, you need to call Belinda Arender.
Yeah, she's pretty dang sharp.
She's gonna blow your mind. She's gonna blow your mind with how fast she gets things done. And a lot of times, mortgage people have got to be pushy because people are lazy. I need your stuff. I need your stuff. Well, a lot of times closings don't happen, and I'm talking about lenders. A lot of times closings don't happen because the mortgage people aren't quite pushy enough. I need your stuff, Weatherman. Hey, Weatherman, I told you a week ago, I need
I'll
your
be in
stuff.
there next week.
Yeah,
I'm working
that's
over
right.
this
So,
week.
hey,
His birthday
Belinda
party.
gets stuff done. She's protecting your best interest. She's making you look good. If you're an agent, you need to be using her.
What was that movie about that little kid wanted his $2?
Better off dead.
There we go. That's Belinda. I want my stuff.
Weatherman, is there anything you'd like to add? Well,
No.
I see all your notes over there.
Now, other than realistically, we can get around, we can talk, but when you're in such a strong market from 130 or 150 to 275, there isn't any room for error in this market. So you really have one shot to make something happen. So if you're a buyer watching, if you're an agent watching, or if you know somebody, make sure you reiterate these things because you could lose the house of your dreams because you don't make the best offer your first time, and then you end up settling for another house, but yet you do it on the next house. So if the market wasn't so strong, you don't have to be that aggressive, but don't be scared to take a chance. If you like it, our man says go ahead and commit and then figure out the way to make it happen.
Who says that?
It's a guy that I'm personally friends with, Mr. Grant Cardone.
I thought I've been saying that.
I'm personally friends with Mr. Tommy Davis, GTT.
GTT.
Yes.
So here's what most buyers are the most concerned about: overpaying.
Yeah.
Would you agree, Blair? You know, so what they're trying to do is nickel and dime. Anybody that's buying, I'm closing on a house in 2 weeks. We're all buying in the same type of a market. If I pay this number, if I'm $2,000 off, in 5 years, is it going to matter?
Let me ask you a question. I know what you paid for that $800,000 house, but you may have paid a little too much, but at the end of the day, it's exactly what you wanted. It's where you wanted to be at. And sometimes, if we had to pay a little too much,
Man, that's a great question.
worth it.
I'm going to tell you, here's how I justify this. Because I did feel like, based off of what I could go out and build or what I can go out and buy, I did overpay. I overpaid. But here's what I'm doing, and I think people should have these conversations with their clients. They won't, but how often do we go out and overpay for everyday things? Every day I go out and eat breakfast. Every day it's $10.
Mm-hmm.
Every day I go out and I eat lunch. Today it was $14. Brittany cooks dinner, but for the most part, I'm always blowing money. Is my point. But whenever we make a transaction, we focus so much on just that transaction. What if I looked at all the money that I blow? Hey, sometimes I go to Tootsie's and have a $300 bar tab. So, I mean, I'm focusing on the wrong things.
Yeah.
I can overpay for this house, but what I should be doing is I should also be checking how I'm spending things. Do we have any questions or comments?
Yes, Carrie and Brittany would like to know, how do you feel about the letters from the heart? Would that help the contract?
If it's a female involved in the other side, and nothing against that, because most women have the motion ties and the motion to the house. If they are married and the woman has lived in the house probably more than 5 to 10 years and raised their kids in the house, I think it's a wonderful idea. If somebody's lived in the house 2 years, they probably really don't care. But if somebody's raised their kids in that house, it probably would help and bring you to the top.
Well, let me answer that question. Now, obviously at times it probably works.
Mhm.
But if I'm representing my seller, I'm not going to let some mushy letter sway them. Now, maybe I can't always do anything about it, but I'm looking at price, I'm looking at terms, and I'm looking at the local lender.
Well, if they're all the same offers and you have a mushy letter with one offer.
You know what's probably going to outweigh what's going to be next is if I like dealing with their agent. Hey, is that legal to say?
No.
Is that illegal to say?
Yeah.
Is the truth hurting some people?
Yeah.
They're missing the wardens.
So sometimes if your agent is difficult to deal with, I don't care how nice that letter is.
Go ahead and tell them a couple agents that are hard to deal with.
You miss certain.
I'm just kidding.
Well, some
just
agents
kidding.
that fight so hard for their client, they're fighting so hard, but what they end up doing is people don't want to deal with them.
Now I'm just gonna say the deal's over with.
Yeah, I don't want to deal. This is going to be too hard. I don't care if you're $1,000 more.
Yeah.
I mean, so in some situations, I do think the mushy letters will help because they have helped.
Here's one thing, and I hate to keep giving Dan Elo a plug, but he definitely is one of the guys.
Dan Elo, hey, can he be the sponsor of the show?
He thinks we can get some change from him. But he did say something that was very strong one day. It says, if you really like the house and you really want the house, you're not going to overpay for it. Because we spend money, like you said, so you're not going to overpay for something if you want it.
You know what? This is exactly what Brittany wanted. First time she walked in there, I knew she wanted the house. I'm sitting here thinking, man, we are high on this, but here's what I could do. Instead of blowing money, I could start paying down more of that principal because I didn't pay cash for it. Wait a minute, I ain't got your kind of money. So what I could start doing is I could start making extra payments towards that house as opposed to blowing money. But we don't ever think like that. We look at at the moment, we're looking at price versus value, but we're not looking at what our habits are. How do you tell somebody something like that, Blair?
Well, kind of like the one that we were talking about earlier. You know, everybody always wants the best deal.
That's right.
Period.
Yep.
Doesn't matter what it's for. Doesn't matter whether it's buying a house, buying a car, buying a pair of shoes. But in this particular case, would you be more upset that you lost out on the home by offering $25,000 less and not getting it, or would you be madder that you got it and paid full price for it and just had to say damn it every 4 or 5 months because you paid full price for something?
You know,
Which one would you be happier or more upset with?
I think I guess it depends on how you look at it, how bad you wanted it. I'm sure people at times have paid too much and it does bother them, especially if we have a 2009 or 10 happen all over again. But I think it's extremely important for you and whoever's the decision makers in the household to get together and say, this is what we want. So you know what I got to do now is I got to go out and work a little bit harder. I got to probably save a little bit more money. I got to be a little bit less emotional than what I have been doing. But too often, buyers end up making a sport negotiation out of something that they shouldn't. Type that in there, Kathleen. Send that out. So, hey, did we have any other questions? Was there anything else that we missed?
Brad Smith just joined. Brad, glad you're on here. Please like and share. Come eat breakfast with us one day.
Come by here.
I got one more quick one.
What do you have? Oh, we got a question for the audience. Blair Brassel,
What?
straight out of Smithville, Tennessee.
What is a stronger offer? Example, $300,000 house. Somebody comes in and offers full list with, but they want $5,000 worth of closing costs.
That's not a strong offer.
Okay,
What's
or
the
the other offer is no closing costs, but they only offer $295.
$295.
$295 because you don't have to worry, you got a better shot of appraisal.
So that makes sense.
It absolutely
That's a great,
makes sense. That's I guess I ask that question more for somebody if there's a potential buyer watching this.
Okay, so if you're out
What's
there,
a better offer?
okay. Hey, we got a question. Where they come in? Oh, from Colorado? Is that what you said, sir?
Sure.
Okay, they're calling in from Colorado. So in this scenario, the person is buying a $300,000 house. They want to know, does it make a difference if I'm offering $300,000 but asking for $5,000 in closing costs, or if I am just making a straight $295,000 offer? I'm going to tell you, representing the seller, what it does, it helps eliminate appraisal fee or fears. So to me, both offers are $295.
Right.
$300,000 minus $5,000 in closing costs. We're both net $295. So I would rather go ahead and not have to worry as much about it appraising, because here's what happens. You take that offer where they need $5,000 in closing costs, the home comes back, it appraises for $296. Well, the only way I can buy this is if you give me $5,000. So now we got a $291 net price. You're always better off taking the deals that are the highest net without closing costs in there.
Gary said no closing costs, always stronger back. Before we cut out, I can tell you my philosophy, and it doesn't work for everybody. My offer is always going to be, I don't very rarely go over the asking price, but I will give you a full price. Chances are we're not going to be doing an inspection. We're not worried about appraisal. We're not going to ask for closing costs, and I have a local lender. So at the end of the day, those make for great offers. Everybody doesn't fit into the no inspection, so don't freak out over that. That's only for somebody that has to have a place to go, is willing to take a risk, does not want to lose the house. I just give them options, and usually that's what'll get it a lot of the time.
And you're good at it, Weatherman.
Good at it.
And Weatherman makes his deals hard to say no to. Brad Elam
Yeah,
makes
very
his deals.
hard.
Carrie Latham makes her
Very
deals.
hard, yes.
So whenever you've got these agents where you know they bring good deals, they're easy process, because if you put your seller or your buyer in a situation to where there's a lot of tension, where it's up and down roller coaster, it really affects the confidence in the customer wanting to use their representative in the future. So what we're looking for are deals that are a lot smoother.
I agree.
And right, hey, that's the way we are right now. But the market could shift to where a lot of this changes. But right now, if I'm buying a house, hey, I didn't even do a home inspection. This guy's house wasn't even on the market. I paid him pretty much about what he wanted. So
No closing costs.
no,
No inspection.
it's in an area where I know he's going to be able to sell it. So it just comes down to this. Carrie Latham made this comment in there. I mean, sometimes, like what you said, Dan says, it's about getting the house.
Yep.
This is the house I wanted.
Yeah.
Hey,
And you know somebody else would have bought it if you didn't buy it.
that's exactly right. So, guys, every Wednesday we come together. We do Real Estate 101, 1 o'clock. Our goal is to educate as many people out there. We are entertaining. We are goofy. We want to make it light. But if anybody, hey, any realtor, if you want to come over here, please let us know. Today we had Blair. He was on the hot seat. Blair, we appreciate you. Weatherman, as always, you are the straw that stirs the drink, Weatherman. We can't do it without you. So every Wednesday, please tune in. The people that have watched this, please like it. Please share this. And please come by here. So go ahead and shut her down, Kathleen. We thank you for everything. Hey, for everybody, it's not me that always types stuff. It's Kathleen that does all that. Guys, have a great day.